Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. Today is Tuesday, the 21st day of July. It is National Junk Food Day, which sadly I celebrate way too much. Although lately I've been a whole lot better.
Yeah,
a lot less junk food lately. It's also National Be Somebody Day. You should be somebody today, Heidi.
I'm always somebody.
I know you are, and I am too. And you know what, folks? You are too. You're always somebody. And here's one of the things that I think is interesting. I see some people who, they try really hard to be like somebody else. So like a second-rate version of that other person. Be a first-rate version of you. Find yourself. Be yourself. And today's the day to be somebody. Also, we're going to talk to somebody. He's quite a character. We've got Tuesdays with Charlie.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we always reach out to her dad and chat with him. I wonder, your mother came to visit. He didn't come with, so he
didn't.
Apparently just snubbed us or something.
He had to work. So.
Oh, I see. Well, we'll be chatting with him here coming up in a bit. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday. Many people have dabbled in the stock market for their very first time ever this year. If you're new to the market, but you don't want to learn things the hard way and the expensive way, I encourage you to subscribe to this free newsletter. You can get the inside track with Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at marketbeatminute.com. Subscribe for free. If you change your mind, just unsubscribe. Sign up for free right now at marketbeatminute.com. That's marketbeatminute.com. Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. According to the study, walking along a beach improves your mood and well-being.
Duh.
Really? Compared to sitting in traffic?
Yeah.
I don't know why we needed this study.
It absolutely does. I love walking
So
along
they're saying,
the beach.
if you need to improve your mood and your well-being, all you have to do is walk along a beach.
Agreed.
So, and it probably depends on which beach and what is going on at the beach. But
Well, that's true.
you know, because I can imagine there are probably some people who've walked on beaches that weren't so peaceful. But this, walk on a peaceful beach and then, get a hold of me. Thanks for listening to Surveys and Studies and Such, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Some credit cards have really high rates or big annual fees. Usually, people sign up for these when it's all they qualify for. If that sounds like you, it may be time to get a better credit card. Over time, your situation changes, and you may qualify for a better credit card. Your current card hopes you don't think about it, but our site shows you many options to see if there's a better credit card for you. Check it out for free at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
This is your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by Time4Rehab.com. An Ohio woman was arrested after breaking into a home on Monday. This is so bizarre. Witnesses told local police they saw Cheyenne Ewing break into a home, and then she was acting very bizarre. The homeowner says she entered through the back door, and then she sat down in the living room on a couch and was petting the family dog. She then got up and washed the dishes and then left the house.
Oh.
Moments later, the local police received a call that matched the description of the burglar. Officials said that she appeared to be on drugs. Ewing told police she hadn't slept in a few days. She was booked and charged with burglary. So,
Burglary, but she just washed the dishes.
She still broke in, though.
Yeah.
Burglary is
Well, wouldn't that be breaking and entering and not
I don't
burglary?
know.
Burglary is stealing, isn't it?
I don't know what she stole.
Huh.
I have no idea. All I know is
That is interesting.
it is very interesting.
I guess she technically stole some dish soap.
Maybe she took the dog. I have no idea. I have no clue. But that is what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Star Wars animated series by the name of The Bad Batch is coming to Disney+. I just got to say to the folks over at Disney, kudos to you for taking a chance on some unknown product like a Star Wars trilogy.
Right, isn't that great?
Quadrilogy or basilogy.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, this one's an animated series, The Bad Batch. So I guess there are some folks online that are super excited for this. But there are some folks that would be excited no matter what they say, as long as it has to do with Star Wars. Because there's a huge fan base. I can see why they do what they do. It'll do well.
It's not my thing.
I know. Our son really likes it. I get that.
Yeah.
Tamra Mowry has exited The Real after 6 seasons on the show. The Real was kind of like The View, and then there was one that was, I think, called The Talk, and there's one that was called The Chew, and The Real. So this was similar to that.
Okay.
And I've not seen it. And Matt Damon closed down an entire Brooklyn Heights
I
block
read this.
so he could crane lift some trees onto the entrance of his new penthouse apartment. And apparently some people are not too happy about that. So there you go. He's like, hey, I just want some trees. That's all I want. Couldn't you do that at a time when it wouldn't be busy? Because it was like during rush hour, apparently. There were people very upset. And I don't know, maybe every day is busy there. I have no idea.
I don't know.
I've got a link to the story if you want to read it. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
We're here to make it better.
If you find that drug or alcohol problems are hitting you too close to home, you can get help. Maybe it's time for rehab. Your insurance may even cover everything. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. Get help for a drug or alcohol problem within 24 hours.
We're here to make it better.
Get more information at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now your scoop of the day. It comes your way courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Amazon has invented a shopping cart that recognizes the items that you put in, automatically charges your account for them, and there's no need to, quote, check out when you're done shopping. I think that's a bad idea.
Yeah, no thanks. You know how many times I put things in my cart and then I decide, I don't think I want that.
I was just sharing with you about a friend on a Facebook friend of mine, and he showed the receipt, or not the receipt, but the cart for $10,480 worth of stuff that his 6-year-old son had found. And he said, apparently my son thought Christmas was going to be really good this year. And it was an Amazon account that he no longer uses. It was still on his iPad, but he didn't have a current credit card on there. So they couldn't just charge it and send it.
That's probably a good thing.
But imagine if they did.
Right.
6-year-old kid playing on the iPad is like, I want one of these, 2 of those, 5 of these. And, Dad saw this. He got an email saying you need to update your credit card. And that's when he realized, no, not doing that. But with this new cart, I guess if there's still no credit card, it still wouldn't work that way. But, the checkout process, I don't know. I think that maybe they don't need to fix what's not broken. For you investors out there, you're going to like this. If you invest in Tesla stock is now higher than Google for the first time ever. So the car company Tesla apparently turning some heads and making some folks happy. Atlanta, Los Angeles, and San Diego will all be closing schools this fall. They say the average kid lost 6 months of academic gains during the social distance learning. Some of this is the setup, and some of this is the parents like the setup the way they do it, and some of it is parents being too busy with their own jobs to help the kids. So there's a lot of ruckus over whether this is a good idea or not. I have a link to that story if you want to read all about it, and I know there's heated views on both sides of that, so we're going to just move on to this bizarre story. A squirrel has tested positive for the bubonic plague in Morrison, Colorado. What?
Yikes.
That's kind of scary.
Why are we testing squirrels for the plague?
I don't know. Apparently the squirrel was doing something weird, and they thought, what the heck is going on with this squirrel? Well, he had the bubonic plague. So, And I like squirrels. We feed squirrels.
We do.
We have a lot of squirrels, so I better be careful if they've got potentially the bubonic plague. State of a statue. This is a really sad story here from Dorchester, Massachusetts. A statue of the Virgin Mary was set on fire outside of a church.
Yeah, I saw
Why would you do that? That doesn't make a lot of sense. Qantas Airlines has banned international flights until March of next year. I have to be honest, I didn't even know Qantas was still doing flights. So I for whatever reason in my mind, I thought we read a story a long time ago that they were gone. So we clearly haven't flown on Qantas in a while. And the post office announced that mail could be delayed by a day or more under cost-cutting measures being imposed to balance the books at the U.S. Postal Office. So they're saying the mail might be a little slower now. So that's not good, but now we know. Thanks for listening to your scoop of the day right here on the John and Heidi Show.
Do you pay too much for insurance? Have you looked around? Or are you too chicken? Don't be afraid to look around to see if you can find a better deal at InsuranceChicken.com. We make it super simple for you to see rates from several different companies, to see what they have to offer, all in one place. Peck out great insurance deals at InsuranceChicken.com. Is it time for you to cross the road? See if we can save you money each month at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
And it's time right now for my favorite program, something we do every Tuesday just because we can. We pick up the phone and we call my father-in-law for a little thing we like to call
Tuesdays with Charlie.
It's Tuesdays with Charlie. He'll give us some gov. We talk each week and we learn fun stuff. Everyone loves him, he makes us laugh. Sometimes he's wrong, then he fires his staff. Get ready to learn some things. Here we go. It's Tuesdays with Charlie on the John and Heidi Show.
Hey, Charlie, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, and I have to apologize to you.
Oh, what do you have to apologize for?
Well, you had to put up with Mom over the weekend.
No, we loved it. It's always great when she... Next time, you need to come with, too, Charlie.
Well, that's okay. You can only handle one of us at a time.
So what kind of cool stuff are we going to learn about today?
Well, let's see here. My staff come up with some stuff here. I'll look down the list. Hey, did you know that Americans toss 60 million water bottles daily away?
Oh, wow. That's a lot of
I
water
don't doubt
bottles.
that.
That's like 700 each minute.
Holy cow.
And then they just lay there forever, too, don't they? They don't do anything.
Well, you're supposed to recycle those, and then they can get turned into new water bottles that you can throw away next week.
Oh, so that's good if they do that, but a lot of them don't do that.
Yeah,
No, a
apparently
lot
not.
of them end up in the garbage.
Hey, do you like lobster?
You know, I've only had it a few times, but I don't dislike it. I thought it was good.
Did you know that lobster was once found in such abundance that they were used as fertilizers and fish bait and only consumed by poor people?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
I did know that, yeah.
Now rich people can't even afford lobster.
Yeah, it always says market rate. Anything that says market rate scares me.
Yeah, I pretty much know that that's out of my budget.
Like,
Yeah,
$2?
they market. They really stick it to you. Hey, then, you got tattoos, right?
We do?
Do you know they were once considered a symbol of humiliation for prisoners?
No kidding.
Really?
You'd be in deep, you know what?
Yeah.
Especially my tattoos.
Idiot. Hey, then, did you know that potatoes were once considered only fit for animal consumption?
Potatoes were?
Potatoes were.
I did not know that.
I did not know that either.
That is my favorite food.
I like potatoes.
They're all right. French fries are fine. Hash browns are good. Baked sucks.
Mashed potatoes are amazing. Baked potatoes are awesome.
That's terrible stuff. Hey, before the invention of buffalo wings in 1954, wings were considered as one of the least desirable cuts of chicken and were thrown away.
Oh, yeah.
I still agree with that.
Remember when you get chicken wings for like $10, you get like 1,000 pounds of them.
Yeah. Now they're pretty spendy.
And then somebody starts saying, hey, we ought to put this as a snack with beer, and then boom, there it went.
That's right.
Pretty much.
Beer stayed about the same, but, the old wings went up.
Yeah, they did, big time.
And if you get a 3-wing chicken, you got something special there, let me tell you. Hey, then, let's see. On the Queen of England's birthday in 2015, she was given a gift of $5,000 worth of stud sperm by horse breeder Christina Patino.
Wow. What do you do with something like that? Did she apparently had like female horses?
Well, I hope she did. Otherwise, I don't know what she was going to do with it.
Otherwise, that's a bizarre gift.
It's a very awkward gift, but...
You got a question for me? Because I'm out of time.
Oh, yeah, you're here. We got a question for you right here. On Sesame Street, there's a character named the Cookie Monster. That's just what everybody knows him as, but he does have a name. Do you know what the Cookie Monster's name is?
Wilbur Finkmeister.
That's a great guess.
I think that was their second choice. No, his real name is Sid. S-I-D, Sid.
Oh, I think I told you that one.
I think you did, too.
You remembered.
You should really pay attention while you're talking.
No, why would I? Nobody listens to me.
Well, we all listen to you, and we love it when we get a chance to chat. We hope to do it again next week, Charlie.
We'll do her on Tuesday, because that's a good day.
We'll be right here. Will you be right there?
I'll be right here.
Bye, Daddy.
Bye, Fluff. Bye, John.
Bye-bye. My father-in-law right there. We talk to him every Tuesday just because we can. It's a little program we like to call
Tuesdays with Charlie.
Many people have dabbled in the stock market for their very first time ever this year. If you're new to the market, but you don't want to learn things the hard way and the expensive way, I encourage you to subscribe to this free newsletter. You can get the inside track with Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at marketbeatminute.com. Subscribe for free. If you change your mind, just unsubscribe. Sign up for free right now at marketbeatminute.com. That's marketbeatminute.com. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Barry Manilow did not write the hit song, I Write the Songs. Before he recorded it, he didn't even think it was a particularly good song. So, I think it is a pretty good song.
I love that song.
And I remember your dad, during Tuesdays with Charlie one time, he told us this little tidbit. And you pointed out that in the song, it's not him that's saying he writes the songs. It's music.
Music. I am music, and I write the songs that make the whole world sing.
Don't mess with Heidi. She's a Barry Fanilow.
I am a Barry Fanilow.
She cut you, man. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. This has been today's Fun Fact.
Some credit cards have really high rates or big annual fees. Usually, people sign up for these when it's all they qualify for. If that sounds like you, it may be time to get a better credit card. Over time, your situation changes, and you may qualify for a better credit card. Your current card hopes you don't think about it, but our site shows you many options to see if there's a better credit card for you. Check it out for free at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for a news headline from somewhere in this world. Dateline, England. A British pub has installed an electric fence around the bar to enforce social distancing.
Holy cow, that's extreme.
That escalated quickly.
Oh, boy.
So they're saying, don't touch the bar, and people still kept doing it, so they they electrified it.
Wow.
Maybe you just close. I mean, just say it's a bad idea. And nothing about that that's smart. Yeah, I don't know. We're moving on. This is a news headline from somewhere in this world.
We're here to make it better.
If you find that drug or alcohol problems are hitting you too close to home, you can get help. Maybe it's time for rehab. Your insurance may even cover everything. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. Get help for a drug or alcohol problem within 24 hours.
We're here to make it better.
Get more information at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Time now for some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. An ex-con whose rap sheet includes an assortment of felonies and state prison stays was arrested after allegedly battering a Florida convenience store clerk who asked him to put on a mask or leave the business. 49-year-old Treg Palmore was not wearing a mask when he entered a Marathon gas station. An employee at the store asked him, can you please put on a mask or you're going to have to leave? He refused to depart and refused to put on a mask. That's when worker Bola Ritz walked out from behind the counter again, asked him, well, you're going to have to leave. The defendant then struck the victim in the head and in the arm. The incident, recorded by a store surveillance camera, he fled the scene in a car, subsequently apprehended and charged with felony battery. Here's the thing. Whether you agree or disagree with masks or not, even if you say, I think masks are the dumbest thing ever, and I know a lot of people who feel that way, you still don't assault somebody over it.
No.
This dude is just doing his job.
Exactly.
You know, Bola was just working at this store. I guarantee it wasn't his plan to say, we're going to make everybody do this. But at the end of the day, this guy, his rap sheet, felonies for robbing places. Dude, you wear masks in the past. I mean,
I would be terrified to have the job.
Oh, me too.
Where I had to stand there and tell people you can't come in without a mask.
Wouldn't want to do it. And I know there's more and more of that now than there has been in the past. So I got a feeling we're going to have more stories like this, which is today's weird news.
John and Heidi.
Time now for your moment of duh, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. A wedding photo shoot on a California beach ended in near disaster when the newlyweds were swept from a large rock by a giant wave. So they were taking photos.
Sure, and standing on a giant rock, which is probably not very smart.
And there's waves crashing up and hitting this rock. And they're like, hey, let's do a photo right there. So I don't know if it was the photographer's idea or their idea, but witnesses captured.
This will be a gorgeous shot.
Yeah, witnesses got video of the scene. Because they knew it was going to end in disaster near Laguna Beach.
Yeah, couple, they're standing there like, wait for this.
Dressed in their wedding duds, were hit by a giant wave, swept into the water. The video shows a team of lifeguards hurrying to rescue the drenched but uninjured, thank goodness, couple. National Weather Service had issued a warning for unusually high waves in the area and potential rip currents. So they're lucky that their wedding day didn't end in major disaster. This is probably not what they were planning. I wonder if they got a photo of it, though.
Oh, gosh, I'm sure they did. I'm sure there's lots of awesome photos.
Pictures. This is comedy gold. I'm going to go viral. Hey, here we're talking. But they didn't put his name in the story, so I don't know. This has been today's Moment of Duh.
Do you pay too much for insurance? Have you looked around? Or are you too chicken? Don't be afraid to look around to see if you can find a better deal at InsuranceChicken.com. We make it super simple for you to see rates from several different companies, to see what they have to offer, all in one place. Peck out great insurance deals at InsuranceChicken.com. Is it time for you to cross the road? See if we can save you money each month at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for fake news or Florida. Heidi, tell me, is this a true story from the great state of Florida, or is it fake news made up to trick you and amuse me? Are you ready?
I am ready.
All right. Fake news or Florida? Key West, Florida man arrested for shoplifting beer at a Walmart in a fake policeman uniform. Fake news or Florida?
Okay, say it again.
A Key West, Florida man arrested for shoplifting beer at a Walmart in a fake police officer uniform.
I'm going to say fake news.
And it is fake news. Yes.
Ha.
Good job, Heidi.
Thank you.
Very good.
Thank
Very
you.
good. You're good at this game. Coming up, we've got some good news to get to. That's on the way. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
This portion of The John and Heidi Show is brought to you by The John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying The John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. And this is just a really neat story. A security guard. A little photo of him goes viral for using his umbrella to shield a dog from the rain.
Oh,
This is really, really neat. Security guard for a grocery store chain in Scotland made a lot of people happy after a photo of him using his umbrella to shield a dog from the rain went viral on Twitter. So Ethan Dearman is a security guard for a grocery store chain, spotted sharing his umbrella with a dog who was left outside. The 23-year-old has worked there for 2 months. It started raining. He grabbed one of the store's extra umbrellas for Freddie. Who's Freddie? A dog that was patiently waiting for his owner. So they tied Freddie up to a post right out front and then ran inside. He said, I tried to keep an eye out for dogs. He said it wasn't the first time he's held an umbrella for a dog. A day before, Freddie was helping a husky stay out of the rain. Photo of Dearman and Freddie has garnered a lot of likes on Twitter, 155,000 when the story was written. I know it's way more than that. It says, shout out to Morrison's security man keeping his good boy dry. He says, he said, you never know how dogs feel about the rain. Well, that was his quote when the photographer asked him about it. So the owner of the dog, Dave Cherry, later posted on Twitter a huge thank you to Dearman for his act of kindness as well. So I've got a link to the story. It's one of those stories that, you know, there are some that are better news than this because there's some that are just amazing, amazing stories. But I thought we needed a little feel-good, kind of a fun little story that nobody's going to get offended about. Because how could you get offended about that?
well, I'm sure somebody could. They'll find a way.
I sure hope not. I've got a link to the story. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday.